We interrupt all radio and television programs for an indefinite period. Please keep your radio and television sets turned on. This is an emergency. I repeat, this is an emergency. We interrupt all radio and television programs for an indefinite period. Please keep your radio and television sets turned on. This is an emergency. We interrupt all radio and television programs for an indefinite period. Please keep your radio and television sets turned on. This is an emergency.
Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Wednesday, April 3rd at midnight. You've entered the boom room, and it's boom time. Buckle your seatbelts. It's boom time, kids. April bomb cyclone to sock the northeast with wintry weather. Say it ain't so. Gusty winds. It's even brought snow to North Carolina. Our friend Chris Martz did a great piece. I'll leave you links to it today. Many living in interior North Carolina and South Carolina woke up Tuesday morning to find a light coating of snow on the ground. A rare sight even in winter. Like a splinter in your side. It's not over. No Aprils. Not fooling. A powerful bomb cyclone will develop off Carolina coast Tuesday, skirting the eastern seaboard with wind and heavy precipitation and even some late season snow. Burying Puxatawny Phil. Snow in the south. Flakes were flying in Charlotte Tuesday morning, where the local National Weather Service hoisted a statement cautioning snow showers through 11 a.m. The sudden visit from Old Man Winter comes as a surprise, just one day after temperatures in Charlotte hit 55, and Al Gore was seen frolicking in the daisies. The city mart may flirt with 70 degrees Wednesday. Holy Schmensday! That's called all over the place. Grand solar minimum much. Long-term flooding remains a concern in central U.S. as rivers continue to rise. And this has nothing to do with it, but it's dab-worthy, so let's watch it. Oh, look at the glacier. Look at the wonderful glacier, everyone. Holy shit, we're all going to die. Please run from the glacier. Do a dab. No sheeple were injured during this calving event, which is normal in all regions Arctic, especially at this time of year. Do a dab. That's an ice tsunami, folks. Definitely dab-worthy. Tourists fleeing a tsunami. Now let's pause that. While some rivers have created others, some rivers have crested, others continue to rise. And they may not crest. Where's my spot? Until the middle or later part of April, because the snow water equivalent is massive. This is going to run down these rivers. And we can see what it's done here to some of those trailers. Low-lying areas, no good. Farmers won't be compensated for millions of dollars of soybeans lost after floods and the trade war. Now, many of the ag sources are reporting on the fact that there are no ag losses due to this flooding. Well, I digress, because not only is there ag losses due to the flooding, but there's ag losses due to the freezing grand solar minimum conditions earlier this winter in the upper Midwest, where beef stock is at tragic lows, which is going to soar those beef prices. Not only that, now farmers will not be compensated for millions of dollars of soybeans lost. They're going to have to feed them to their animals. I hope they'll do that. Maybe they're destroyed completely. And there's nothing the government can do about the millions of bushels of damaged crops in Iowa and other flooded states. USDA last year made $12 billion in aid available. You know how much is available this year? None! We're talking massive losses to farmers due to the trade war, flooding, and the flood chain. It's the food chain, folks. Reporter Amy Mayer of Iowa Public Radio reports the cost could be $214 million alone in Iowa, and Nebraska officials say $1 billion, of which nothing will be covered by the government. It will be covered in your pocketbook. We are Weather Ready Nation ambassadors, and according to the National Weather Service, it's time for tornado and road safety. Severe weather hazards, tornado terminology, tornadoes and road safety. Get the PDFs. Learn about safety campaigns, becoming an ambassador yourself. If you have a weather channel and you're not a Weather Ready Nation ambassador, I don't know what you're waiting for. We're not a weather channel. We're a stick it up your paleoclimatology and basic science reorganization channel, which has no bounds. But we're also, in our spare time, Weather Ready Nation ambassadors, and you should be too. Get involved. Click on the link. May 6th is coming up. Hurricane season. Then we have the summer blazing global warming safety warning. And we'll get to that. One thing at a time. Let's talk about heavy snow through your spring. Ding, ding. Here's the next 48 hours. Hours of powers in Colorado, Wyoming. Take a look at Idaho and British Columbia picking up on the dance. This is the beginning of the snow debacle, which we'll move into in the next 84 hours, 90 hours, into the high Sierras, up to 2 feet of snow predicted. There will be snow across Oregon as well as Washington State and the high country, northern Idaho, western Montana, western Wyoming, central Nevada, and throughout all the mountains of Colorado. And we're only going in 108 hours. That's it. Because the models haven't adjusted. But if I'll bring you back to the last model set, we'll run it through for you. You could see starting in April 5th, a heavy swath of snow moving into the northeast, doubling up what's already happening. New England is the winner, as well as central Colorado. Look at these totals, man. This is going to be record snow. April 8th, watch this. This is April 10th in Colorado. Look at that light up. That is a huge amount of snow coming all the way out into the eastern plains. And these are going to be some record totals, as well as record totals up in Canada here. And if I digress, take a look. More snow in North Carolina coming over the next 6 hours, followed by a little South Carolina push on April 6th. Take a look at the southern snow. Puxatawny Phil is buried, and he will continue to be buried all the way through April 12th. Look at those totals up in New England. We're the first to warn about them, and it's going to happen. Impressive offshore East Coast cyclone bombs out. Severe thunderstorms likely for the southern tier. The winds are still up, and it's all blue right there. Baby blue. Frost advisories. Watch it. Watch yourselves. Heavy winds in southern New Mexico. Ransom 420. Freedom is films getting blown away. Thank you, Top Knot, for blowing us away day by day. Hey. I'm not even reading that. Our dams are at 95%, damn it! And that's tonight's first boom, an Iraqi boom. Let's just run it through. A few people laughed. A few people cried. Most people were silent. Except Diamond! Boom! Right in the eyeballs. That's a double nuclear eyeball boom time. I don't have time for you. Our dams are 95% full. Haven't you heard? Iran braces for more flooding and no one gives a... No one. These people make nukes. And cosmic rays are responsible. Nothing else. Cosmic rays are responsible for an uptick in seismic activity, including major activity 6.5 and Kiska volcano. You can Kiska my volcano yourself. No other quakes of note that I've been able to triangulate out of my dilation from the situation. But Kiska is a schmiska. Mexico raises the alert for Popocatépetl volcano as activity intensifies, shooting off to 23,000 feet today, which will not be reported by any media outlet except Volcano Discovery. Worldwide Volcano News Update. Popo, Ducono, Plancho Petaroa, Sabancaya. Ducono blowing at 7,000 feet. Stinky feet. Sabancaya, Popo, 23,000 feet. Volcanic ash advisory, creating its own weather. Santahuito Fuego en Reventador. Like Al Gore's, I didn't even say it. Kiska, we're coming over to the Smithsonian, looking at eruptive history. Very limited information, because this volcano is in the middle of nowhere, which, by the way, 13,000 years ago was subtropical. During the peak of glaciation, has to do with the Pacific heating factor. But I digress. 1962 confirmed VEI3. Anything is possible. I suggest VEI4 coming off of this baby booming out in the near future. And you can Kiska, my Iska, not to Schmiska. Effectively irreversible. Canada is warming twice as fast as the rest of the world. Oh my God! One of the coldest winters ever in Canada recorded this year in many regions. So I don't even know how they printed that. Statement on the introduction of Canadian carbon taxes. Well, maybe this has something to do with it, folks. They're taxing your ass because it's twice as hot as anywhere. So pay your taxes. If you want to read information on how you're being lied to, I will leave you links to this statement. You're being taxed on plant food. One of the coldest and snowiest winters on record. A terrible, terrible thing happened as those wonderful people over in India shot a missile at a satellite, creating over 400 pieces of space junk in an already apocalyptic future, as all this shit's about to rain down on us as the sun sets out a huge outblast. Al Gore can kiss my ass. Shut up! Get in your hole! Give me back that Tic Tac, you prick. Now, we're about to open up your mind, and that's boom time! We'll get to that in a minute. Have you heard? This week, NASA is going to show the first ever picture of a black hole. And somehow someone sent us in an early version of the actual black hole that NASA is going to reveal to us in moments. Now, this is a completely theoretical mathematical construct which doesn't actually exist. But somehow someone captured a photo of it. Boom! Must be Bitcoin. Did you hear about the flooding in Iraq? Damn it. It's those cosmic rays. Hey, I have some good news for you. I just uncovered something amazing. And all those quacks out there that say the Adam and Eve story is classified and schmassified and declassified, well, they're showing you the original version, but they don't have any access to this version. This is the full 1993, 20 years later, by Chan Thomas, full press release, which I'm going to give you the full PDF, which will blow your mind and keep you up all night. Keep turning the pages like sages. 123-page expanded version of the Adam and Eve story in 2 formats. 2 different formats. The full-size PDF and the other thing I just showed you. Yeah, you're going to be up all night reading the book. And maybe this will load. We're going to get to it in a minute. Why are we talking about cosmic catastrophe? Because you love it. Do you know about the spring meteor shower and more top stargazing events in April? Well, you do now. A meeting between Mars and the Pleiades and a bright asteroid sighting will also entice skywatchers to look up this month. That's the Seven Sisters is going to pass through Mars is going to pass through the Seven Sisters, and the moon will be dancing with multiple planetary partners. Oh my God, it's like an orgy of science this month, offering delights in both the morning and evening skies. Delightful. And as the nights get warmer for viewers in the northern hemisphere, the clothes will come off. Sky watchers lingering outside will be burning in the loins for the spring treat. A lovely meteor shower tweaking across the constellation Lyra. And you can puff on that and do a dab. So dust off those binoculars and mark your April calendar. Clothes are getting heavy. It's time to undress. Here's Aldebaran, and Mars is right at the heart of the bull. And that's no kidding. Those are science facts. And I can't get the Chan Thomas PDF to download, but I swear to God, I'm going to give you 2 versions of it down below. So let's just reopen the closed one, and we'll shut the ebook down. And let's talk about it. Let's just talk about this Adam and Eve story, the full uncensored history of cataclysms, 1993, full uncensored edition. No classified version here with extra chapters. Whew. I love you too. I implore you to read this book. If you've ever read any book in your life, this will be the only book that you should ever read. Not only does it give you historical facts about what happened in 458 BC, the 7th year of the reign, but it tells you what's about to rain down on you, including the event 11/5. It's there in the book. How do we do this? There was like so many things. Let's just do it. Wow. We're reading the book. Genesis, 4.5 million years ago. The regenesis at 11/5. The book of Genesis, it goes through it all. It's almost like I'm glued to it. Are you glued to it? Gorilla glue it. Mars passes the Pleiades April 1st, right into the heart of the bull. Photograph of a black hole will likely be unveiled next week. Oh my God! It's like a black hole right into the hot Danish chick? I don't get it. Did I just do that? Nazca lines my ass. So the black hole that will be revealed by NASA in the coming days will be black, and it will probably have a hole in the center of something spinning with photonic jets that looks toroidal, which has everything to do with a Z-pinch at a scale they've never seen, potentially. But I digress. Cosmic rays are increasing, and something no human has seen before. The first ever photograph of a black hole will likely be unveiled next week. There is a supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy, but when we took a picture of it, it actually looked like multiple plasmoids and no black hole at all. We've known about black holes since the early 1970s, and when they actually showed us an earlier picture of the plasmoids, it looked like 7 plasmoids with no black hole. Space around a black hole is weird, and the picture that they share will probably be even weirder. Next Wednesday, at several press briefings around the world, scientists will apparently unveil humanity's first ever photo of a black hole. No doubt, complete chart. Let's see what they have to say, shall we? Where's the volume on this bitch? Oh, it's dab time! Yes, sir. Radio jet. Daberific.